The following program was paid for by Latino Cleveland.
This program was made possible by Global Cleveland, supporting the growth of Northeast Ohio's Hispanic community.
Este programa es hecho gracias a Global Cleveland, respaldando el crecimiento de la comunidad hispana en el noreste de Ohio.
Welcome to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. I'm Myra Rosario, your host, and I'm happy you could join us. We have a jam-packed show for you today. I will be taking you to St. Michael's Church in the heart of the community, a beautiful church with a very interesting history. We will hear about mental health and a Spanish-speaking event coming up soon for Latinas. We will also be going to amazing Lincoln West students who are making a real difference in their community. And Curve Appeal is in studio to share with us some summer fashion and style advice. But first, Danny is at it again. Today he's taking us to south of the border. Actually, he's taking us to Kamms Corner, so let's go check it out.
Hola mi gente, Danny Orellana here with Yo Soy Latino Cleveland, and today I'm at a very colorful and vibrant spot, Kamms Corner's Si Senor Mexican Grill, and I'm here with my friend William. William, thanks for having us.
Thank you and welcome.
Thank you. Now William, where are you from? ¿De dónde eres?
I'm from El Salvador.
You're from El Salvador?
From El Salvador, yes.
Yeah. And what are you going to be making for us today?
Well, I'm going to be making you a quesadilla, quesadilla grande, and then we're also going to be making a seafood soup for you.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Seafood soup and quesadilla. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Tell us a little bit. We're using flour tortillas.
We're using regular flour tortillas.
Okay.
What we do, we use shredded cheese. You can use any kind of cheese. We use a secret cheese, of course.
Wow.
And you do it at soft.
Now you're known for your using freshest ingredients. Everything's fresh daily.
Of course, yes, sir. Every time you visit one of our stores, all you can expect is it's fresh, and each order is prepared when customers order.
Now we're at the Kamms Corner location, but you do have two others. Is that correct?
Yes, we do have two more locations. One in Westlake and another one in Seven Hills.
Okay. All right. So now jumping over to what do you have cooking over here?
We have going here a seafood soup, just scallops, shrimp, mussels, and our secret broth that makes it taste really good.
It smells amazing from here.
It is very good. Wait to try it, you see.
All right, now I have to ask you, because I've been told that you guys have a special blend of margaritas.
Oh, they're very
and everyone's
good.
telling me that I have to ask you about your margaritas.
Well, I cannot give you a recipe, but you need to come and try it.
Really?
They're very, very good. And then you need to come here and sit down at the bar and see how the bartender gets down and make those excellent margaritas. And yes, we do take pride on our signature margaritas.
So you have a bunch on your menu, but you also can make whatever type of margarita that the customer might want.
Yes, sir. That's right. At any time that you come in and then you feel like, you can always tell us what you feel like drinking, and we'll make our best to fix you up.
And folks, on my way in, I just saw some people out on the patio enjoying some nice margaritas to go along with their fajitas. So, William, where can the people find you? What's the address? Do you have a website?
We're located at our Kamms Corner location. It's right where all the action is here, right off Lorain Road. But we also have a Facebook page. Our website is Si Senor, www.sisenor.com.
www.sisenor.com.
Yes, sir.
All right, so hey, we want to thank you for having us.
Thank you very much, and then let's enjoy some of this great food.
I will. We're going to get to this. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you come on out, Kamms Corner here, Si Senor Mexican Grill. And don't forget, You can always log on to latinocleveland.com for more information. Now, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, there's more. Yo Soy Latino Cleveland right after this. Thank you. Thanks.
Financial aid is funding for students to pursue higher education beyond high school. It's really important because it helps bridge the gap for many families and students as individuals between the desire to get an education and the financial ability to really obtain it. Everyone who meets basic eligibility requirements is eligible for some form of financial aid. Here at Si Senor Financial Aid and Scholarships offices, we help students and their families when they'd like to complete the FAFSA application. We offer free assistance every week at each campus. The FAFSA process is actually quite easy. Applying for financial aid starts with the FAFSA, or the free application for federal student aid. The Financial Aid and Scholarships Office is here to help you apply for financial aid, get the documentation in order, and submit it so that we can process your eligibility. The first step for receiving financial aid is applying. The free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA, is available online at www.fafsa.gov. To complete the FAFSA, the Department of Education sends that information to the school, and then the school helps look at that record and the student's eligibility at the institution to determine what type of financial aid and how much the student is eligible for. Visit www.tri-c.edu/financial aid or stop by one of our offices. We're here to help you every step of the way. Venga, podemos ayudarte.
Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. Mental health is a very important subject that not enough people talk about today. I am pleased to have with us today Autra from NAMI to get the discussion started. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Now, for our viewers that don't know, can you please tell them what NAMI is?
NAMI stands for National Alliance of Mental Illness. And we are a nonprofit organization, and we are dedicated to the health awareness and advocacy and education of individuals suffering with mental illness.
Right. So share with us this big thing that I just feel like there's no knowledge on it, especially for the multicultural. You're the multicultural outreach person?
Yes, I am the multicultural outreach specialist. And what that is we engage in the minority population to make them it's culturally specific for minority populations, African American and Hispanic communities. And what we do is we do education, advocacy, classes, and we want them to have services and just education about mental illness.
Now, so talk to us about the Hispanic community related to this issue.
Okay, the Hispanic community is in great disparity. Major depression disorder is one of the greatest mental illnesses that is running rampant in the Hispanic community right now. And there is a very high rate of suicide amongst Hispanic women.
Wow. Now, is it, do you find Hispanic women more, I mean, what the Hispanic women with the suicide rate is higher or something?
It's higher than any other minority population, and I know that's surprising.
Yeah.
That's very surprising, but what we deal is the values great values have been taught in the Hispanic community, family, religion, you know, just togetherness, and they are great values, and what we are finding is that it's the privacy. They are suffering in silence. A lot of them don't want anybody to know because of the stigma. The stigma of having a mental illness and just knowing, it's somebody knowing, you know, that, oh my goodness, you know, I'm suffering, and it's okay.
So how can our viewers learn more? I mean, do you have an event coming up or, you know?
Yes, what we do is we have V.I.D.A. And V.I.D.A. is a Spanish-speaking event that we run for 5 weeks in our office, and it is ran by Gabriela Sankman, who is a LISW, and everything is in Spanish. So if we have somebody who does not speak English well, that's okay, because it's completely in Spanish, and that runs for 5 weeks, and we have it coming up again in the fall. So even if they can't make it now, I mean, we have our last one June 5th. Come anyway.
At what time?
It's from 9:30 to 11:30.
For 5 weeks? For
5 weeks, and June 5th, I'm sorry, is our last one, but we want you to come anyway. We want people to come anyway. We want the Latino women to come anyway, and it's surrounded by depression and anxiety, where they have a safe place to come and talk about it.
Okay, great. So where are you located?
We're located at 2012 West 25th,
Okay.
and it is across from the West Side Market on the 6th floor, and we're on the same floor with the Adams Board.
Okay, great. We'll share that information on LatinoCleveland.com. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. When we return, I will be taking us to St. Michael's for a little history lesson and a tour of a beautiful building that took 30 years to build. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Myra Rosario with Yo Soy Latino Cleveland, and I am so excited and so honored to be here today at St. Michael's Church in the heart of the beautiful Hispanic community. I'm here with Deacon Miguel Figueroa. How are you?
Okay.
Good. ¿De dónde tú eres? Where are you from?
Yabucoa, Puerto Rico.
Okay, great. Now, there's so much history here. Can you tell us about St. Michael's Church? And, you know, you do a lot in the Hispanic community, right?
Yeah. Well, this church was built in 1883. The Hispanics were invited here by Father Gross in 1974.
Okay.
And we one of the biggest Catholic church in Spanish ministry. And we have a lot of interest in. We have a lot of from every country, 22 countries, a Spanish country represented.
Yeah, I noticed all the beautiful flags.
Yes, each one of them represent. As a matter of fact, the newest one we got was Portuguese flag, so that we have a family from there now. So.
Right. Now, you had mentioned to me that it takes, how long does it take to build a church like
About
this?
30 years.
30 years,
Yeah.
wow, and the carpentry and yeah.
It was a German church at the beginning, and the carpenters were Germany. Most of the church German used carpenters, and quite different from the Italian. They use marble. And, But the interesting thing is that we were invited here before because there was a seal, a seal that was in the church, and it was hidden by pipe organs.
Right.
And when they took it out, we saw the seal of Puerto Rico in there. So we said we were invited before our time.
Right, so it was just meant to be, right?
Meant to be.
So how many Hispanic services do you offer, all Spanish speaking?
We have 2 in the weekend, 7 o'clock Mass and 12 o'clock Mass on Sunday. And we also offer during the week the charismatic group on Thursdays, the John 23 movement, which is another spiritual thing. So, and lots of others that do during the week.
Now, you actually do a lot in the community as well, right?
Yes, we have like the Metro Health come in, University Hospital. They come with the nurses and doctors, and they give shots and tell people a little test that they have for women, men, and they also supply some of the medicine that they bring. One thing is that they inform people, and some people do not know, like the flu shot and stuff like that.
Right, so this is such an amazing church in the community. So how many Hispanic would you say come to service?
From 500 families to 700 families.
Wow,
We're in
that's
between because they come and go.
Wow.
So that's how we are. Yeah.
Okay, well, wonderful. Thank you for inviting us to come in. And if you'd like to learn more about St. Michael's, can you share what the address is right here?
Yes, 3114 Scranton Rd, and it's in Cleveland, Ohio, 44109. And we welcome anyone that comes in.
Wonderful. Thank you so much again for inviting us.
Okay.
And again, if you want to learn more about St. Michael's Church, you can log on to LatinoCleveland.com and stay tuned for more Yo Soy Latino Cleveland after this. Welcome back. Now, earlier I told you about those Lincoln West students, and they're doing some amazing things, so let's go check it out.
HPAC is it's basically a health group. And what we do is we pick topics and we try to pick those topics to help our communities and try to engrowth the health in our communities.
Hi, my name is Raymond Salacombo. I'm a junior at Lincoln West and I work with HPAC, and our focus was working with the kids with physical disabilities and mental disabilities.
Now the topic my HPAC team picked, we call it EDOPT, but it's Eliminating Discrimination Against Physical Disabilities.
Usually the special needs students are left downstairs in their own classes, and they're usually always together and work like by themselves, and it's not fun downstairs. It's like doll painting walls. It's not someplace you want to be.
Now they are more involved. So we have them in regular classrooms now with other kids. And now instead of, people not looking at them, they want to be engaged with them or they want to help them.
And then we have them eating on the second floor during lunch.
So this project was a huge step into getting the kids with physical disabilities closer with other children, letting them know they're just as normal as everybody else.
They do a buddy system, so everybody in our HPAC program, and they have to work with them, help them with homework, hang out with them, build a bond so you become friends with them. And then from there on, like you start seeing their face change. Like they go from this frowny, sad, helpless kid, now they're like, hey Raymond, what's up? When they see me walking on the wall, high fives and stuff. For me, I think it helped build my leadership skills because now I know how to interact with different variety of people.
My name is Camille Premsik. I'm a student at Lincoln West High School. I'm in HPAC and my focus is on alcohol and drug prevention group.
I feel like when I came here, I see like lots of teens when they get out from school and they start smoking and drinking. So I think like I should work something. And then Ms. Moore kind of come to me and like, you wanna work against alcohol and drugs? I'm like, sure, I do. Cause like I see like that's the problem around at my school. So I should work with the teens who are having problems with it.
So our basic goal is like for us to go out there and talk to them.
They asked us like, why should I be in this program? Like we said like, well, if you have some program, like some problems at home with your parents, or even if you see lots of things going on in your community about alcohol and drugs, you can like teach them not to do it.
You can do something better in the future with your future. I think it's gonna be like more motivating for them. That's coming from somebody your same age, and if they can do it, you can also do it too. It's actually had impacted a lot of students in our school.
So when they saw me joining it, they were just like, at first they weren't like into it. They were just like, Raymond, he's always doing things. But then now they're like, Raymond, can we help you with this? And I'm like, sure guys, I'm having a project or something. You guys should come up to the high school and help me.
And they were like, we have like a bunch of kids that come back and said that they want to join our group.
Any chance I get to make my community better, even in small ways, because people don't realize like it starts with small things and it builds up.
The fact that HPAC has allowed me to be a leader in not only my school but my community, that helps me even more. Because it's more than just putting it down. I was in HPAC on my resume. Is doing it and showing that I can do it.
I'm definitely doing it again next year. It's a good experience and I would recommend it for any student in high school.
Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. I am excited to have with us today Marian and Carly from a very unique store, Curb Appeal in Lakewood. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having us.
Oh, no, absolutely. So what is unique about Curb Appeal?
Well, what makes Curb Appeal unique is not only that it's a plus size resale and new clothing store, but we also offer personal assistance and wardrobe styling.
Oh, wow.
So you can come to our store and you can even bring some of your own clothing with you and we will help style it. And Carlene is our head stylist and she's immaculate with the styling.
Now, so if I brought my own shirt or something like that, do you charge for that service?
If you come to our store, no, we do not charge, but we will come to your house and go on location and help you go through your wardrobe to help you find your own personal style and what works for you, and also help you notate what key points you may need for your wardrobe.
Good. Now, you mentioned plus size, so up to what size do you?
We start out at size 14 and we go up to size 6X.
6X, wow. That's a unique market. So Charlene, I saw that you had stripes.
Yeah.
And I'm even afraid to wear stripes on the show. Can you?
It's a big myth about the stripes. What the truth is it's not about tricking the eye, it's about giving the eye something to focus on. So I could wear any pattern as long as I'm somehow guiding the person who's looking at me about where to look.
Okay.
So great way to do that, what I'm doing today is a statement necklace, and that says, look at my face.
Okay.
And then also a belt always says, look there. So I would never want to put a belt across my widest part, because that's where everybody's going to look. So I'm telling them, look at my tiny, tiny waist, and the stripes basically mean nothing.
Right. Now you actually pieced together some other things,
outfits,
yeah.
right. Plus size women often have a hard time in the summer because, you know, the inclination everywhere is to just almost be naked, and nobody really wants to do it. So there are ways, usually just pick something that you want to show off. That's a great way to like introduce yourself. Like maybe you're like, my thighs are not the thing. So maybe try slowly getting into showing your arms off.
Okay.
And wear a maxi dress. You're still going to be cool. There'll be some air flowing, but your legs aren't showing. But maybe your arms are in a little V-neck. Or you can go the other way, like this bottom mannequin here with the yellow shorts. Show off your leg, and then that top's almost sort of sheer, chiffon-y. You'll still be airy on top, but your arms will be covered. So just, I always say, pick out something that you love.
Right.
Start there.
Right. Well, no, actually, you're right with the fabric and with the season and things like that.
Right.
So, do you guys do special events like for our viewers to come and check you out?
Yes, we do workshops. In fact, we just finished one workshop 2 weeks ago, and we focus on styling. We also have special guests that come to our workshops, like professional makeup artists. And our next workshop will be talking about women and proper undergarments to wear, because that is very important underneath your clothing.
Okay, so where can they find you?
They can find us at 16806 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, Ohio. And they can also look for us on www.shopyourcurves.com.
Nice, okay. So for more information about today's episode, you can always check us out online at latinocleveland.com. I hope that you'll join us again next week for another great episode of Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. Remember, we're here every Saturday, Channel 3 at 11 a.m., so come and join us.